Hey guys, this is Dan with Avantnovis. Me and Puppet Master are coming to you today. Hi, Puppet Master. So there. I'm coming with a kind of a little bit of a different thing I've been working on for a long time. This is going to be a little bit different. This is also a video that's going to be really technical, but it's really, really easy to do. Okay. If you see this, this is one of the maps I made, and I have made it through 80 dimensions. So if I'm in a game or if I need to present this to people, it is there. It is there for them. Anybody can use it. It's pretty fun, pretty cool, and everyone is happy about it. All right. But this is a little tricky. Do I? Check 1, 2. Is that better? Oh, crap. Well, I might just restart. I'm going to There we go. Okay. Thank you, Puppet Master. Sorry about the audio that's live. So expect the unexpected. So we're here. Can you guys hear me now? We okay? Solar eclipse. Welcome to the stream. All right. So made this. I'm going to show you guys how to make your ArtRage artwork into stuff like this right now. So let's go ahead and get started. ArtRage. This is the big map I've been working on for a little bit, then I get distracted by stuff. And this is one of the big ones. This is the one you saw. And yeah, you can zoom all the way down to there. Now, this one is 36 inches by 24 inches with a DPI of 650. It is, first of all, it's way too big to use. Let's go over some steps really quick. I came prepared today. Here are the steps that we need to take in order to kind of do this. First of all, we're going to resize our image if we need to, which we do. We're going to use a feature in ArtRage that is amazing. It's called exporting layer channels. We're going to take a deep breath and open Blender. Then steps 4 through 9, those are going to be our steps that get this done. Okay. Now I do have some items pre-rendered and prepared, because you're going to be using a lot of memory. Let me show you something really quick. Now, this is my system monitor streaming. So I'm using about 16 meg, but I have a lot of things open. I have ArtRage, the big version, open. We're going to be coming back to this so you guys can see exactly, as I totally don't show that, exactly how much memory and what resources you kind of need. Okay, so ArtRage is taking 11 gigs, Blender is 7 gigs. They're all open right now. OBS is wonderful and doing 1 gig. We'll come back to this soon. So we have this big image here, and we need to kind of, in order to do this, let's get this down to a manageable size. That's pretty easy. We go to edit, we go to resize painting, we resize it to whatever we feel comfortable with. Now, I'm going to go ahead and close this one, our big one here. I'm not going to save that. Now, this is the image that we got afterwards. Okay, let me close all this gobbledygook. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, this is the image that we have. Now, the important part of this image is going to be the topography. Okay, all the little layers that we did. Now, ArtRage, it stacks on layers. And all that fun stuff there. Okay, so let's go ahead and start on this. First thing we do, trying to answer comments as well. Toolbox options. What we're going to go do is find our layer options. Okay, now there's a wonderful little tiny feature in here that someone just barely brought to my attention, and it's this guy right here. It's export layers to channels. I've known about this for a little while, but I really didn't understand exactly how it was used until recently. So once we have our map and our size, we are going to be focusing on, again, the topography, and we're going to be exporting that a certain way. To do that, we're going to come to our layers tab, and we're going to turn off these forests that I made. Okay, so it's just the land and earth and stuff like that. Now, the map looks a little bit different because of the resolution. That's fine. It really doesn't matter. We'll get to that. Okay. We go to Tools. We go to Layer Options. we come down to export layers to channels. Okay. Oh, looks like I already beat myself to the punch there. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of these. All right. So, again, tools, layer options, export layers to channels. We're going to hit save. We're going to put this as map. Okay. And it's going to create 4 separate PNG files. Let's go ahead and look at that file now. Let's go to our file structure here. I'm going to try and save you guys from my desktop clutter. These are see, we have the map PNG, map BM, map FR, and map SH. Okay. This is going to stand for a height map. If we open this guy up, it gives us this really cool black and white image. Now, this black and white image shows the amount of paint or the amount of mass we've put on our ArtRage canvas. Okay, so yay that. Of course, we have our map itself, the image itself. Now, it's flat right now because it's going to use this image and it's going to place it on the map. But we want the force in this one. So to do that, but we don't want to force in the other ones, but we want it in that map one. We're just going to turn on the force. And we're going to export the image as that. Yes, we do want to do that. That's it for ArtRage. Let's go ahead and minimize ArtRage here. And minimize that because we love it. All right, now let's go into Blender. Oops, not that one. That looks like it's the only one up. Okay, well then, awkward. Well, that's why we do this in live. Okay, this is the newest. This is version 3.01. Now take a deep breath. There's a lot of stuff on screen. Don't worry about it. We're going to go step by step. This is going to be fun. First off, this is our workspace. To move around, you know, anytime we click and hold, weird stuff happens. But if we hold our middle mouse button down or our scroll button down, we can move it. And it centers around that little point right there. We're going to be using that, okay? You can hit Alt, and it doesn't do anything. Control, side to side moves it in and out. But we don't want that. Shift does that. That shift middle button is that. Control middle button back and forth is zoom. And then middle button is round and round we go. Okay, we're going to get the square. We don't want the square. So what we do in this, we're in the layout tab right there. And don't be afraid, again, first screen you come to, we're only going to go through 3 screens. You can't mess this up. We're going to click on this little cube, and that highlights it right here. This part here is going to be a little important, but what it's telling us is what's in our scene. Okay, we don't want that cube. It's fired. Hit delete, get it out of there. Now, the next very important thing to do is we're going to be adding what we call a plane, and that's what we're going to place our map on. Okay. To do this in Blender, you hit Shift A. It brings up this. It says Add. We're like, okay, what we're going to add? We're going to add a mesh, and we're going to add a plane. Okay, just like that. That's all you need to do. Then zoom in, take a look at it, feel happy about it. Okay. Oops. Now, let's just do that again really quick. Let's go ahead and delete that. Shift A, mesh. We add a mesh and we add the plane. Okay, feeling really cool right now. Feeling good about our little mesh here. Now, we got to go prepare for the mesh for our painting. To do that, we click on the mesh, and up here, there is a tab called Modeling. Okay, so we go Layout. Hope you guys can see my screen okay. And then Modeling. Now, this is where we are with resources. So we're okay. So let's go ahead and close that. We won't worry about that later. So we're here. We go to Modeling. Now, Modeling is and we just mouse button to zoom in. Don't worry about anything else. There's something very important we have to do in modeling, and that is what we call a subdivide. Right now, this is just one giant square. 3D models are composed of millions and millions of tiny triangles and squares, okay? And we're going to call those the resolution. And we're going to subdivide the resolution here, okay? Or polygon count, resolution polygon count. Polygon counts is probably the most accurate term. So let's go ahead and subdivide it. I subdivide it once. If you notice, I get these little orange lines. And again, I'm holding my middle mouse button to move around. Look, little orange lines. That means I now have a pixel size of 4 by 4. Just wait for this. Okay, we're going to even bigger. Bigger subdivide. Okay, we're now at 16. Did I do that right? Yeah, 16. Subdivide. Even more. Subdivide. Basically, I'm going to do this about 10 times. And it's going to lag on me. And that's okay. Once we get to this point, the next thing we need to do is get out of modeling as quick as we can. So we go back to layout. Okay, and here's I'm holding, oops, sorry about that. If you ever do something weird, just hold the middle mouse button down. You'll be fine. Okay, we're here. Now, it doesn't look like we're doing anything. It doesn't look any different than what it was, but if we go to modeling, let's just double check. Oh yeah, I see if we zoom in, there's all these squares. Oh yeah, that makes us so happy. Okay, layout, back to layout. Again, modeling layout, and then we're going to go into shading. So now we need to kind of prepare our fun little plane here for a map. To do that, we're going to add a component to it, or add a modifier. Now, we're going to select our plane right here. We don't worry about anything else, just this plane. And we're going to come down to this blue wrench right there. It's the material properties. And we're going to click it and promptly freak out that nothing's there. It's okay. Again, take a deep breath. It's Blender. You'll get really easy. It's easy to use, and you get used to it. It's just a lot of gobbledygook icons. What we're going to do is we're going to tell Blender, I'm going to add a height map to you. Okay, and Blender says, what's a height map? And I say, well, that's also called a displacement map. If we click on Add a Modifier, and we go down to Displace, it's going to allow us to add a black and white map to this plane to create height and depth. Okay, and again, if I'm somewhere else here, let's I'm here and I'm like, oh crap, I don't know what to do. You click the model, you click the wrench, you click Add Modifier, and we click on Displace. Oh, now it knows something's going on, and it is excited now. So and again, I will do this again at the end of the video, just so that we do it 2 times. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to say, hey, Blender, I need you to do a new displacement map, or a new height map. And this is this button right here. New, we click on New, click, and it moves again. It likes to move on us. Don't worry about the mid-level. We don't care about that. All we care about is these 2 little slider buttons, okay? Anytime you see these 2 slider buttons, it means, hey, I want to move stuff around or move stuff in, okay? You move sliders, this is your move stuff button. So what we're going to do is click our move button, and that's going to create an image preview and also settings to add stuff or make a new image. All we have to do to get our displacement in is open, go to where we saved. We had ArtRage saver files, and in this case it's map guide. And oh goodness, I can't see any of the maps. The reason why we can't see any, well, there we go, of the maps initially is it's in this mode. If we hit the squares, it can show us. So hey, look. Okay, now which one do we use? Displacement map, height map, black and white. This BM map, the map_BM, is pretty much a height map, or in this case, a displacement map. So let's go ahead and we're going to select that. We're going to hit open image. Oh, that was fast. Really powerful, really fast, but it looks like someone smashed 2 continents together at the speed of light and made snow cones. We need to fix that. In order to fix that, we need to go into, we're going to go back and click our plane, and we're going to tell this to chill out a little bit. Okay, we don't want to mess with anything here, so we can close that. But let's go ahead and click back on our wrench. Yeah, we were just there, and that's fine, but we need to go back. And this right here, strength, this is way too strong, so we need to adjust this. Okay, so I found the best setting is about a 0.07, and we get this beautiful little topography. Okay, just like that. Now you notice if we zoom in, it's like really square Tron-like, and that's a no-no. We don't want that. I'm just trying to orientate this. Okay. And it also looks kind of weird. Don't worry about it looking weird. We'll fix that at the very end. So we have all this crazy topography that kind of doesn't look good. It's kind of blocky. To fix that, and I recommend you close everything out on your computer, we go to modeling, we hit displace a couple more times, and we get a displacement map. Now, I've already made that. Right now, if people are interested to know about polygon counts and all that kind of stuff, except I totally forgot where the details things is, but that's okay. Yeah, don't care. So I'm just going to close this. Don't save that. And I have another Blender open with a correctly displacement tab. Excuse me, with the correct size. Now this guy is technically 8 million triangles or 4,000 triangles. You can do it on your computer, just give it time. And again, we'll go back and do this again and again until we all feel comfortable with this. Again, if you're on the live stream and wanting to see what's going on, or you have questions on exactly what I'm hitting, please let me know. Okay, we're back in Blender. This is a clean plate that I've subdivided. We're doing this again just for the purpose. Add modifier. Go down to displace. We click displace. It moves to let us know that, hey, something happened. We hit new displacement map. We click on our move buttons or open buttons. We open an image. We locate where we put the files that ArtRage made for us, which was very convenient. We go to map guide. That's where I put this. If we want to see the icons, which we do, we just hit that button right here. We're going to put our height map on, and boom, we're back to Snow Cone City. How do we fix this again? It's really easy. We have a problem with the map. We see the wrench item. We come down here to the wrench. And again, 0.07. That is the wrong one. We don't want to do that. My bad. Ignore that. 0.07 on strength. And we have a very high definition map of what we've done. Not so bad. Not so hard, right? All right, now let's go and we're going to paint this now. There's a tab here. This is our third tab we're going to mess with. It is called shading. We click shading, and we can kind of move us back here, back to this. It's kind of finicky. What we're going to do here is we are going to tell it, we're going to add some pictures to it and tell it exactly what we want to do with them. Now this is intimidating. Just do exactly as I do and you'll be fine. First of all, we are going to hit new. First of all, we're going to click our plane. That way we're not, right now nothing's selected. But if we click our plane, it highlights it. And then we say, hey, Blender, I want a new material. And it's going to copy the information and put it down here. This is a little node. Again, really easy. Let's see now. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to find where we save this. For some reason, the shading, this part of it doesn't do directories really well. So I have this open. I'm just going to, oops, nope, don't want that. I'm just going to click on the address bar. You can do this or not. Just locate your files. And we are going to go, geez, which one do we want to do? Oh, look, here's my map. We're going to place that right there. And if you notice, let's zoom in here. This is our map image. And you have this little thing called color. And over here you have a base color. And we're going to say, hey, Blender, this picture here, I want you to apply that color to that right there. And that's it. Now there's two others here that we can use. There's a roughness map and there's another filter map and a shading map. I don't want to bother with it. So let's go back to layout. That's this button here. Now you're like, oh crap, I just applied it. It didn't work. It did. It's okay. Up here, we have 4 different views. We have a wireframe view. We have that view, which is just modeling. And now we have viewpoint shading. Oh, there's a map. Just like that. It's in there ready to go. Now, it looks weird, doesn't it? Kind of wonky. So let's go ahead and we are going to fix that right now. To fix it, we go back, hit our plane. Now we go to this orange box, object properties. Okay. You see how it has like those little banding boxes. We click on that. We're going to scale this. We're going to hit the X scale in this case and get it to our size. And now we got a 3D map. And you can mess with the strength a little bit. There's some spikes in here that I don't really like. However, I like the map size. If we wanted to adjust that, again, we click on our plane. We go here, displacement map. Let's put this down to 0.5, 0.05. See, that's going to get rid of some of those peaks. That's great. And that's all you have to do. Now, if you want to take this an extra step and kind of go a little bit nuts with it, you can, let me go ahead and find it. You can do what we call a bake. You can bake the texture, the image, the displacement map into this model, then export it. And that's kind of crazy fun. But first, let's do this entire thing again. Everything from the start, just so everybody has it. Okay? So let's get rid of that. Let's hide Blender. Let's go ahead and nope, there's ArtRage. So I've shrunk my image. And again, oh, let me remind you of the steps. There's our steps right there. Resize, export channels, deep breath, open Blender, create plane, subdivide it, add displacement, height, textures, clean it up, make it go fast, and bake. Then rejoice. That's all there is to it. Okay, we're back here. We're in Blender. We go to Tools, Layer Options, Export Layers to Channel. We give it a name in case I've already done that. Now, excuse me, I got to start over. One more thing. Topography only. So, topography only. Tools, layer options, export layers to channels. And then if we want to add something that we don't want in our height map, we add our trees, we export that. So file, export image file, we save that as that. Naming really doesn't matter. The only names that matter, it's this one and this one. The actual color image and the black and white image. Who cares about these? Well, I do, but okay. Let's go ahead and close ArtRage. We're done with ArtRage now. We don't want to save it. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to close Blender. Start from the top. Nope, don't want to save it. Start from the beginning. We're going to open Blender. Oh, that is not Blender. That is ZBrush. We do not want to open ZBrush. Wow, this is what you guys tune in for high quality broadcasting. Okay, Blender comes up. This 3.0.1. We get rid of the cute little kid by clicking on her. We find the cube of death. We up here, we can select stuff, but we select our cube. We hit delete. Wave bye-bye to cube. Shift A to add stuff. Mesh plane. Again, that's Shift A to add stuff. Mesh plane. We have our cool little mesh here. And now we're going to subdivide it. First, we are in the Layout tab. We're going to go to the Modeling tab. We're going to right-click on the square, and we're going to say Subdivide it 4, 16, 32, blah, 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 blah. And we are going to do that a lot. A lot till things start lagging and the computer starts screaming and crying at us. That's okay. We love the computers. All right, now that we got that, we're going to go back to Layout. We're going to click on our plane and say, hey, Blender, I need you to fix something up for me. Wrench that fixes stuff up for us. We add a wrench. We add a modifier. Click modifier. We go to, I always forget where it is. Displacement map. Yay, displacement map is up. We hit new. We go to our move things in and out, the slider things. So move. Gives us a preview. Open. We locate our files. Now I'm just going to copy this directory. I'll need it again. And we're going to put our displacement map there. We kind of freak out because the world exploded. That's fine. If you notice, it's really, really fast. So let's go ahead and fix this now. Let's go back to plane. Sorry. Someone's doing roof work and it is scary, crazy loud in here. So we're in plane. We want to say, hey, Blender, fix this for us. We go in and strength, we put 0.06. Let's do that again, or 0.7. And we have our pretty little world ready to go. Resolution's not that bad, but it could be better. Let's go ahead and make that resolution better. We go to modeling. Ask yourself right now, what do we do to subdivide this? That's right. We right click, we subdivide. We're going to give Blender a little bit of time. That's the key with Blender. You let it go. It has some fun. There we go. And now we're going to go back to layout. And now it's looking really spiffy. Okay. Next thing we do, we go into shading. We click on our material and we say, hey, I want you to do something for me with shading. And we hit new shading thingy feature. Okay. And it's going to ask us, hey, we need to get something. Right now it's pointed at my documents. You can transfer stuff into your documents. I just prefer it here because I have so many pots on the table. Again, we're going to go up here and locate our files. Here's our files right here. We're going to grab our map with the nice little trees. Those little trees we are going to pull up here. We are going to go connect. We're like, hey, I need color. Here's a map. What do you want to do with it? I want to take my color and put it into this texture. There it is. That's it. Let's go back to layout. Oh no, we're freaking out because it looks gray. That's okay. This is just the topography of the mesh. It's this button here, the viewport shading, that we get the actual map. And that is it, guys. It's that easy. Now let's fix this up. Again, we go to here, the object properties, it's orange, has a little resizing thing. We grab X, resize it to how we want. Kind of neat, huh? Yeah. Okay, let's do the final thing. We're going to do, our final step. We're going to bake it. And we're going to make it faster. Baking is a process where you literally, on this mesh we've made, we take the texture and everything on it, and we throw it in the computer, and we nuke the crap out of it. So it actually bakes the texture in. Now, this on ZBrush can be a little bit rough. So there's a lot of videos that tell you about baking, a lot of videos that show you how to improve your performance with Blender. In this case, I'm going to give you kind of a quick tips. I'm not going to review this again. Yeah, I'm going to 3D print this. This would be an easy 3D print. Yeah, I'll get with Drew. Well, I was planning to do it sooner versus later. So yeah, definitely 3D print it. Hand it out. I have a couple of maps already, but something I really like to do with this is, well, Puppet Master, let me show you what to do, and then I will show you guys something really quick. Actually, let me do that right now. I just got to remember. Here, we'll wait for this to open. Okay, we'll come back to that. Ignore that. Ignore that. All right, so we're in ZBrush here, and we're like, okay, Blender. We're like, Blender, I want to make this model. I want to be able to open this model anywhere. So we need to put it in the render oven and bake it. This is when things get a little bit kind of hairy. You know how I talked about complexity? Well, this isn't that bad, but I'll be honest, it's kind of bad. Not really. Okay, so fix me up Blender, little fix sign with the tool. We're going to add a new modifier. Right now we're running about 8 million polygons, and that's a lot of polygons. So to do that, Blender has a tool. It is right here. It's called Decimate. Decimate makes a bunch of little triangles into smaller triangles. Okay, we're going to click on this. And we are going, now it brings up this. The only thing, did it? Yeah, okay. Decimate's right here, guys, not right here. Let's go ahead and we're just going to minimize displace. Decimate's right here. The ratio is right here, and this is the one that we want to modify. One is we have a decimation of 1 to 1, and we want this to go down to 1 to 0.5. So we are going to, let's go ahead and bring this down to about a point. Yeah, let's go 0.5. Now, the second I hit enter, Blender's going to kind of go a little nuts. So we're going to come back to this once it's done. So we hit enter. And, oh, the video processing should go to crap now. Now, once we're done, oh, this is a map I did earlier. Same process. What I like to do with these maps, I can take them, and this is just Windows Viewer. I'll show you what to do on here. Okay, and you can change the color, you can change the lighting. Every Windows PC has it. We're gonna put something like this into it. So let's see how Blender's doing. Are you with me? But no, still working on it. Still working on it. That's fine. Let me see if I think this is, yeah. This is the other one. Let me just close some stuff here. Don't want to close that. We'll close this guy here. And again, Blender is going to be taking up some memory here. Let's go ahead and look at the memory right now. One moment. Control-Alt-Delete brings up our task manager. And you can see Blender's just slamming down there 7 gigs. Okay, if you have a computer with 8 gigs or 12 gigs, probably get some more RAM. If you have 8 gigs, you can easily do this with 12 gigs. I have 32, which is pretty easy to get nowadays. It's only about 150 bucks. All right, and that's, again, the money you guys that buy maps, that supports going into all these and making life happy for everybody. Okay. Oh, Blender got it. Now, resolution's actually a little bit better. It's not so blocky. That's because the decimation kind of helps with that. So let's go ahead right now, and I'm going to teach you the final step to this. As I'm teaching you it, I'm going to be opening this guy. This one takes a little long to do. We will do 3D viewer with that. We're going to minimize that, come back to it later. Close that. We are now going to bake this. Okay, we've got it small, so it's not going to take too much time. To bake it, we got to go into a different property. This is called render properties. This little camera here. Sure everybody sees that. Oh, 64. Dude, you need to do this stuff then. You got no excuse. All right. So we go into this camera. A lot of crazy stuff in here. Don't worry about it too much. We're going to change Eevee into cycles. It's just 2 ways of processing. Okay, cycles. This is cycles. All right, so let's put this on GPU. All right, this is my cycles. Just change it to the CPU. Double check here. All right. Now, once you hit cycles, it's going to look a lot better. So we're going to come all the way down to here to bake. Okay, and when we're ready, all we have to do is hit this button right here from our default settings. It should just look like this. You hit bake, come back in a couple hours or an hour, or in Puppet Master's case, 5 minutes with a 64 RAM. And once the map bakes out, let's say this map baked. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to wait around here forever. You hit File, you hit Export, FBX. FBX is your modeling friend. If you can get it in FBX, you can get it anywhere. Let's say we're done with FBX. And let's say we've baked our model. Again, if you have questions about baking, how to include the performance of it, this is my settings for performance. Okay, thread 16, etc., so forth. I hit bake. I wait for it to bake. I save it. I export it as a FBX. And then once that's all done, well, awkward. Let's just get that going. It was up a few minutes ago. Well, should have closed it. So what can you do with this? A couple things. If you're into animation, which I'm not yet, you can make a fly through this map, 3D print this out, hand it to your players, throw it on a screen, throw it on a tablet. It'd be awesome thing if you're like, hey, I'm narrating this campaign. I've made this map. This is where we're going to be. You're going to impress the crap out of your players. You're also going to really, oh, okay, that didn't bake. That's fine. Okay. So what happened here is this didn't bake. It just saved the geometry, which is fine. That's okay. I swear I had a full one someplace, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. Let me double check. Well, you saw it at the first. So that's how you do it. Does anybody have any questions? Do you guys want me to go over it again on how to make the 3D map? The last part of the video was kind of but that gave you an idea how to make it. All right. Let's do this one more time. Third time's the charm, right, guys? So we're just going to delete this. Actually, I'm not going to subdivide this because that's going to take forever. Actually, yeah, we will. Okay, so ArtRage, we export everything to, come on. We export everything to our guide here, if everybody can see. I'm going to just open this up and see what happens. I think that might be it. Okay, we open Blender. We click on the little girl. We delete our cube. We hit Shift-A. We go to Mesh. We go to Add Plane. We cheer a little bit inside. We then go to Modeling. We click on our plane. Oops. This. Right click on it. Subdivide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on. And one more, 10. All right. Then we go back to layout. We're smiling to ourselves because we just kicked butt. Okay, now we're going to go to say, hey, Blender, I want you to fix up something for me. So we click on Plane. We click on the Tool tab. We add Modifier. We go to Displacement Map. We hit New Displacement Map. We hit our little sliders to add something in. Gives us, hey, look, I want them to add something in. We hit Open. We locate where we wanted this. And again, right now, special note, I copy this directory because the shading thing has issues and I don't like it. Okay, we're all, hey, that's my displacement map. Ooh, crap, it looks like crap. So to fix that, we go, Blender, fix this for me. We go 0.07 to 06. Oh, look at that. That looks so much better. That's 10. I'm not satisfied with that. Let's go back into modeling. Right click, subdivide. One more time for 11. We go back to our layout. Oh, need a little more. Modeling, sub. This is 12. Layout. It's not there yet, but it's getting there. Okay, a couple more. Oops. Back to modeling. Subdivide again. Give it time. So we're on 14. Let's actually reload this displacement map really quick. So add, again, always forget displacement, fourth one down. Hit the new. Hit the move stuff around. Open it. Copy paste the directory. We're like, oh no, Blender, fix this for me. Oh, just learned something right there. Okay, this is, we could probably get one more in. Silly times. Not sculpting, modeling. Again, my map is huge. That's what, that's what all the guys say. So we're just subdividing it as much time to get the resolution up. Wait for a few moments. Come on, Blender. Again, also, I am streaming here. Oh, that didn't work either, huh? Well, to heck with it. Man, if this crashed, I'm going to have to end the stream early. Nope, it worked. Okay, we got a layout. Nope, I think I overtext. Yeah, we got a layout. Come on. I think I overdid it with that one. It happens. I feel stupid, but that's okay. If you stayed to the end of this video, well, thank you. Oh, there we go. Happy days. All right. I'm still, for some reason, it doesn't look good. Let's try this again. Let's go ahead and close Blender. We'll open another one. A lot of your work you do. Oh, it didn't help that I had two things of Blender open. That's probably, yeah. There we go. Okay, let's try this again without the suck. Okay, Blender, open up. Kill girl, kill that. Shift A, mesh, plane, model. We're just going to do this 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, layout. Blender fixed this up for me. I want to add a height map to it. We hit the little fix thing, add modifier, fourth one down, displace. I remember where it was this time. New slider thingy. Let's go ahead and open our image. We are going to copy and paste our height map. There's our height map. We put that in. We say, oh crap, Blender, it looks like crap. Fix it for me. We hit the fix thing, the mechanic thing, tool thing, 0.06. Oh, not 3. And I'm going to be satisfied with that and not crash it. It looks like I just had too many Blender windows open, so that's good to know. Quick fix. Okay, now after this, we go to shading. We click on our plane. We say, hey, Blender, I need a new texture. Blender says, okay, there it is. We come up here to our library. We copy and paste that directory. We grab our color. We throw that there. Boop. We go back to layout. And we click this button here for viewpoint shading. And once again, there's our map. Let's go ahead and fix that now on the ZX x-axis. Ta-da! It looks right now. Everyone is happy. You're getting all the kudos from all the people you're interested in. Your play group is amazed. And you've set a really high bar for anything else you do in that play group. All right. And again, to bake this, let's, of course, see what happens when we do that. To help decrease the polygon count, again, this is a quick review, add modifier. We are going to go into our, well, we'd go to our, where is it? Decimation, put it down to 0.5. Bake it, export it as a FBX. So what do you guys think? That's pretty much what we have to do it. Sorry about the little hiccup at the end there. I will get more videos out. I will put this up online as soon as possible. I might even, depending on the file size, might save the file for actually, I'm probably not going to do that. My web hosting only allows 20 megs or less, and this is definitely not 20 megs. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very pleased that you are here. Thank you, Puppet Master, once again for being here. Solar Eclipse, really enjoyed your presence today. Let's see, Onodon, Nomad of the Plains, Rose, always a pleasure. Thanks everyone very much. I hope you have a great day. And this is how to go slightly insane with live stream on making a map 3D in Blender. Thanks a lot and have a good day.